Hi, welcome back to my channel. This book review is for Only Girl Alive by Holly S. Roberts. Now, if you know me, you'll know that I am a series fanatic. One of my favorite things to do is to read the next book in a series, and then the next book, and the next book, and the next book. But what is equally enjoyable and almost as much as exciting as continuing in a series is starting a new one. And that's what I do with this book, Only Girl Alive. It is the first book in the Detective Eve Bennett series. I just have to say this. Eve Dallas, Eve Duncan, and Adam and Eve. So this is my fourth mystery, even though some are cozies, with the central character being named Eve. It's just kind of ironic. But in any event, Eve is a detective who has a very interesting case. Very interesting because of the underlying root cause of the murders that took place in the case that she's investigating. She finds that a family has been murdered, brutally murdered, but there's one child missing, a 10-year-old girl. I believe she's 10. Her name is Hannah, and she's nowhere to be found. So as Eve tries to investigate this murder and to locate and protect this missing child, there's a whole nother story being told. The other story that's being told is that there's a cult, in fact, that Eve is very, very familiar with based on her own past. It is this cult. I don't even think the word cult is used in this entire book. I really don't. But it is a religious group with extreme views, and with the extreme views that this religious group holds fast to is the underlying reason, as it turns out, for the murders. Now, as Eve starts her investigation, she finds herself thwarted. I really never rely on notes when I do my book review videos, even if it's weeks, if not a month or longer after I read a book. So I'm not going to call one of her half brothers' job correctly, but I think he's like a city councilman somewhere up high in city council, and as a state's attorney, he is doing his best to impede her investigation. So that's really an important facet of this story, because inasmuch as she has a legal responsibility to get to the root cause of these murders and to find the killer and to try to find the little girl Hannah, her half-brother is trying to mess up her investigation over and over and over again. And then we find something so tragic, so tragic in this book, which led to the murders themselves, but also how it impacted Eve in her life, in her previous experiences, and in her current experiences. Totally unexpected, for me anyway. In fact, if you were to read the blurb, which I'm going to show you really quickly, which of course you won't be able to read it, you'll find nothing at all about a religious community / cult that has something to do with Eve's past in the current murders. You won't find that in the blurb. Will I indeed be spoiling this book for you? I don't think so. Because what this book does is it starts a new series where we meet Eve Bennett. And by meeting Eve Bennett, we find out about this fundamentalist religion that marked her past and still affects her in her present, but was the direct result of the murders that took place that she's investigating. I think I can fairly give you that in this book review. I think I can very fairly give you that, because I'm in no way will I clue you in as to who the murderer was, or even why the murders took place, who her half-brother was, how Eve herself was connected with this fundamentalist religion, and what the community believes and holds fast to while she's trying to investigate the murders. I think that's just enough to do what I would love to encourage you to do is to jump in to this new series. Now, I have to talk about the publisher for a minute, which I don't generally do in my book review videos. But Book of Joy is a publisher that is fabulous for continuing, and even long-running series. I would love to sit down one day and figure out how many I am reading, because I do keep a series spreadsheet, but that is for long series, not for trilogies, duologies, or series that I just read every book that comes out every 6 months on Bookouture. But no, they have authors that are producing series after series after series after series, and I am there for it. I probably read 95% of their books and series, and so I'm ecstatic to read the first book in this Eve Bennett series. I guess Eve is a popular name, the first woman of everyone living, and she is our character in this book, and this book hit the ground running. Will this fundamentalist part of the story come through in other segments of the series? Only time will tell. But the author's name is Holly S. Roberts. I do believe this is my first book by her, but guess what? It definitely won't be my last. So there you have it. What is it called? I never remember what the book is called after I get done talking about it. Only Girl Alive by Holly S. Roberts. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.